G'day guys, Kerry here, and today we're talking about the Delta Stryker HD 4.5 to 30 by 56. So I've been setting this up to have a play with. Certainly the Delta brand has gotten very popular in New Zealand in the last year or so. You're starting to see them all over the place. You also see them quite a bit through Australia, through the PRS comps and stuff in there as well. So yeah, I got sent this out to try it out. At the moment it's sitting on, at the moment it's sitting in my hands, but normally it's going to be sitting on a 22. I've decided to put it on my Lithgow LA101. And a big part of that is this fella over here, the parallax. So what's kind of cool with this guy is the parallax is going to go all the way down to 23, I'm going to assume yards. Well, it could be meters actually, because it is sort of a European style or European origin scope rather than US, so they're probably based in metric. Regardless, I don't normally pay a lot of attention to the numbers on the side. It's more just a case of when the parallax disappears it's set right. So yeah, it's like I said, a 4.5 to 30. It's quite a big zoom ratio on it, and you know, the parallax goes real short, and that 30 times zoom when you're looking for little targets on a 22, little targets, that extra zoom is quite useful. So I'll probably do another update at some point, but this is just sort of some initial thoughts upon it. So we'll go from the back. iBox, easy enough to set up. Obviously 30 times it gets a little bit finicky, but then anything with the 30 times zoom is going to do it. So set it up right, set it up properly, you know, get your eye relief right, and then you are done. Certainly then when you back it off to probably where I'm going to use it most, somewhere between a 15 to 20 range, it's perfectly fine. And then as it comes back even further for unsupported or standing style shooting, it'll be back further, and the iBox is even more forgiving. Like I said, the parallax on the side goes from 20 through to infinity. It has illumination on it. I haven't put batteries in it yet to test. On top we've got the newer designs, which I think they updated the turrets in 2019, 2020 apparently, looking online. It's got what they call a toolless zero turret adjustment, so you can basically, that's screw in, so you can wind that off and adjust or reset your turrets without any tools. The only thing I will point out though is that you do need a tool to reset your zero stop. So if you're zeroing your gun, you need tools anyway. So yes, cool, would be cooler if you could do your zero stop as well without a tool, because then you wouldn't need tools for zeroing. At this point you do, so yeah. So anyway, but it's a locking turret, you just simply pull up. It's a real small pull and smooth. It's not like on my Vortex, the old Razor HD, where you kind of felt like you had to, you know, get in there to get the thing up. It's very smooth, goes up. I can't see you though accidentally pulling it up, although again, nature of these scopes, it's sort of very deliberate. It's not getting caught in the bush. It's not a hunting scope, so you know, but yes, it comes up. Same on the Windage. What's cool on the Windage style, I feel, is that they've offset where the mark is, so that when you're behind the rifle you can see it. To be blunt, I don't use the Windage a lot. If anything, I'm going to click for further distances, 1 or 2, just to dial my spin drift into the scope, but I mean that's not relevant until you're beyond 500 meters anyway. And I'll be holding most of the Windage in the reticle. However, smart. I do like the idea. I like the fact that someone's obviously thought this through and put it into a design element. You know, it's a scope that I can see somebody's gone through and kind of just ticked off a massive wish list of all the things that they would want in a tactical / competition style scope, and put it all into a scope. And I think that's pretty cool. So it comes with a sunshade on the back. The guy sent it up already mounted in these rings, so I haven't had to mess with them too much, or haven't basically. Yes, this is slightly forward of any bell or anything like that. It's not, you know, so. But yeah, very, very cool scope. Initial impressions are good. You know, the glass on it. Timing wise, I picked up this in my new Minox ZP5, and would be a separate talk about that. It's not to me in the same league as that ZP5. The ZP5 was better than my AMG, but my understanding of the price point of this, it's Japanese, was it ES HD glass, so it is very good glass. Maybe started up the lawnmower, that'll be good. And the other thing on this as well is the reticle. So I'm not huge on the reticle design, it's fine, it's functional, first focal plain Christmas tree style design. Just doesn't do a huge amount for me, it's not love at first sight like other reticles have been. I have liked, I suppose I'm used to and like the Vortex design where they have the 0.2mm hashes on the top of a line and the 0.5 on the bottom, so I think that's it. Whereas looking at this, it doesn't instantly click as quick to me as to what each of those hash marks mean. I'm sure if you used it, you'd figure it out. I would probably like, for me these days, a little bit of more of definition or difference between the reticle, meaning that some of the hash marks, subtensions and stuff on the upper and lower that actually have a physically in the reticle different line thicknesses, just to draw a bit of difference and make things a little quicker to differentiate. But again, I'd have no problem shooting it. It's got a dot in the middle with some space around it rather than the slightly older style of just the crosshairs bang in the middle. I prefer the dots, that's for sure. Yeah, functional I'm sure, but just like I say, not love at first sight, but that's fine. I mean, other than that, I think it's going to be a good scope again for the price point. I think it could be pretty hard to beat, really. So we'll get back to you once I've shot a little bit more on the 22. It's been on the 22, it's been sitting on a rail, it was very easy to zero, the reticle dialed, reading online the things that track well, they just function well as well. As a company, it's been interesting. I've been trying to find some background on them. I mean, from what I can tell, they're a Polish company. It's kind of a Polish company, Japanese glass, Japanese build as well, according to the little stamp on the bottom here. So yeah, the Stryker HD 4.5 30x56. So we'll give you a little bit more of an update as I get to use it. Hopefully I will have it down at the next 22 shoot down at Tokoroa, Simon's next shoot that I get along to. Yeah, talk soon.